Ready?
ComX presents.
Alex, not yet. Lauren, what are you doing?
Making everything look sexy and chilling.
By the way, I don't want to eat anyone's thumbnails.
Thanks, Nick May, for that's super helpful. Can we just get the show going?
ComX net, is it ComX net AU? Or,
Are you ready for drinking? Drawing? What about laughing? Well, hold on to your crumpets. It's season 2 of the ComX Friday Night Drink and Draw,
Saturday.
with your hosts Sizzle and Spedsy, and the man they call Quick, plus Australia's most attractive artists and creators, many of whom have books for sale at comx.shop. Alright Dave, you can start drawing.
Yeah, if you can make sense of it, good luck. Welcome to the Aussie Comic Book Day special of of Drink and Draw. So it's Saturday Drink and Draw, not Friday night Drink and Draw. Tonight we are drawing a Australian character of anyone's Australian comic character of anyone's choice except your own. That's the only rule, pretty much. So yes, and we've lost Brian. Oh, here he is.
So the goose is loose tonight. The train is ready to roll off the tracks. There are no rules. There are no holes barred. No holds barred, I think. Actually, it's not. I think the holes remain barred, but you can hold people however you like. So we don't know what's going to happen. So this is a good opportunity for those in comment land. You could drive the show because we don't know what we're going to talk about. So maybe you could direct us in a way. But one man who knows the way, he is a leader of sorts. I like to follow in his footsteps because he is the man they call. What do they call him? His name is Nick Quick Theory.
How you going, guys? Here's my first quick for the night. It's Spetsy's barred hole.
Yeah,
They get better. What else we got tonight?
it's since healed over, but yes, next to him, of course. Now, Mr. Challoner, you don't know. Well, a lot of you probably don't know that last night on the show we actually had people saying their own name. It was an interesting thing that I should have briefed you all on. But if I was to say who's sitting next to Nick Cleary, it is none other than
Gary Challoner.
the distant French relative of Australia's Gary Challoner.
Gary Challoner.
Challoner.
Yeah, Gary Challoner. Hi.
G'day, mate.
And of course, fellow Parisian last seen on the top of the Arc de Triomphe. Of course, it is everybody's favorite.
David Attenborough. No, I'm Nick May, but what the deuce am I doing up in the top row? I can barely breathe here. The atmosphere is a little bit too thin. So drop me down. Come on, Ben belongs up here. I mean, somebody who's after me belongs
hair.
up here.
Yeah, actually, you should be down with the Baldies because we've got a hairy man next down below Nick May's hairy regions. It's none other than, what's your name, sir?
Ben Sullivan.
Where are you? Oh, there he is. G'day, Ben.
Wearing light.
Hey, Ben.
Where were you on the night of the murder, Ben? That's what that lamp sort of...
I was... Which one?
You can't make me talk.
Mass
You'll
murder.
never talk.
Now, can I write that down? Because that's a pretty epic line. Where were you on the night of the murder? Which one? This thing writes itself. Speaking of a man who could write himself, it's
Lee, apparently.
Leg.
Everyone else has got last names.
You're like Cher, Madonna, Lee.
Yeah, that'll do.
Hey.
The artist form now known as just Lee.
And of course, next to Lee, it's Lee. Of course, is the president of the fan club of
Dangerous Dave Dye, and I'm sponsored by Crown Lager tonight. Thank you very much, Crown Lager.
Nice.
And thank you for your continued support.
and of course, the vice president of Dave Dye's fan club, a man who had nothing but kind words to say about him in the pre-show. Of course, it is none other than
Zip it. Zip it.
That'd be me. Turn the microphone on. I'm actually going to draw tonight. Look, I've got a piece of paper and I've got a pen.
Oh, we're all drawing tonight.
I'm going to draw Dave. No, I won't draw Dave Dyer. It'll be quite easy because it's only a few strokes. You just draw like a billiard ball, only you take out the sort of the 8 on it. Just
put some glasses on the billiard ball, mate.
Billiard ball, yeah. Ball here on a billiard ball. Oh, do I have to say my name?
That'd be good.
It's not that hard to pronounce, although apparently it is hard to spell.
That's
no, seriously.
Quick.
Daniel,
Holy moly.
Daniel
quick.
Wow,
I mean, sometimes when you're good at something, the kudos can die off because you're continually good. But you continue to astound me. That was some quicking.
I'm trying to keep up with as people are, introducing themselves.
And
notice I'm not swearing.
He's one hella of a good guy. It is.
I am Rian Vela.
Which doesn't rhyme with hella at all. Damn it. Yes. So, Sis, why are we gathered here tonight? It's some sort of fancy day.
Yes, it's a fancy day. It is Aussie Comic Book Day. It's a day to celebrate Australian indie comics and Australian indie creators. It was founded by Dean Rankin. I just had a mind blank then. I think it was either last year or the year before. I've kind of forgotten how many years it's been going.
I think this is year 2.
This is year 2. Okay, cool. So it's just a day to celebrate all things that pretty much we do. That everyone on the screen does, and everyone who's not on the screen who does it as well.
And one way in which ComX is celebrating is right now there's some sort of dealio going on at ComX.shop.
Yes, there is at ComX.shop. There is a deal going. What we're doing is if you buy 3 physical comics or more, we will give you 3 ComX Studio comics free, randomly picked. And if you buy 4, we'll give you 4. And that's up to 6. So if you, if you buy 6, we'll give you 6. If you buy 7, we'll still just give you 6. Sorry, 6 is the limit. But so we'll match you, and that's anything that Comic Studio has published, randomly picked and whacked into your package to go off to your not that package, Spedsy.
So I mean, it's like a buy one get one free, but it starts at 3. Buy 3.
Starts at 3. Yes.
Yeah. Now
Sorry.
And that's just for this weekend. Just for this weekend for the celebration.
Yeah, of course. Now, what I thought, being we're here to celebrate Australian comics. Now we'll start with you, Sis, so that everyone else has a chance to think. I'm denying you the chance to think.
Thanks.
Give us a little. Tell us about. Doesn't have to be your most favorite. Just the first one that comes to mind. Tell us about an Australian comic that you have read in the last however long that you enjoyed, and why did you enjoy it?
Probably that would probably be Death Ship Jenny. Actually, I read that for an interview I was doing, and I was only going to read issue 1, and after reading issue 1, I was like, "Holy crap! I need to read more." So I read all 4 because it's a 4 comic arc. It was just I don't know. It's just I don't really know the technical stuff of comics very well, so I can't put out. The pacing was great and all that. So all I know is I liked it. I really enjoyed the story. The main character was really relatable. I liked the whole sort of analysis of pop culture and sort of the not pop culture, more the whole thing with Big Brother type shows. Your reality TV. That's it. The whole analysis of that, and it was just a really cool book.
And that's Rob O'Connor was the
Rob O'Connor, yeah.
He wrote it, yeah.
He wrote it and drew it, and there is also art by other people. They do like ads and stuff for it. Oh, that's looking excellent, Daniel.
Well, it's hard to draw Dave Dye when he won't show me his face.
I'm hiding from you, mate.
So now I'm drawing Gaz. So I'm going to put a beard on it.
Yes.
What are the chances, Daniel, of by the end of the show having a picture of all of us?
Neil. You're talking to a guy that failed finger painting in grade 2. I seriously did. Whenever I was doing finger painting, I was doing finger painting, and the teachers went, "Look, just go read a book because you're hopeless." I went, "Yeah, no worries." Hence, I went and read a book. Yeah. Some of my teachers are very encouraging.
G'day.
Yeah. Let's not go there, but if you want to. Who else do you want me to draw? It's all got to look the same.
Well, I feel like start with Sizzle and work your way around.
I can't draw that.
Mr. Quick,
hey,
tell us about an Australian comic that you have enjoyed.
I was thinking, what am I going to say? I bought Logan French's Amphibia Noir, and I thought that was sick. That was the coolest book I read in a long time. It was very stylish. Everyone was really slick and sexy and cool, and it all translated to the page directly. It was great. It was a great read.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that's my answer.
Yeah, Amphibia Noir available through Halftone Productions, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, Kieran Jack Enterprise.
What about you, Mr. Garai Shalona? Shalona.
I always enjoy Ryan stuff. It's always good fun to read what he's doing and what he posts online. So that would be my call. I'm still waiting for the next issue of Battle for Bustle to come out, but that's just around the corner, apparently. Isn't it, Lee?
It's not far, mate.
Not far, yeah. But Ryan stuff's always a pleasure to look at. Even his pin-ups, you can sort of pause and have a bit of a look, and there's always something new to look at there. But good value.
You went the suck-up option. Okay, interesting.
I'm just attending to a bleeding finger at the worst possible time, so I'm losing copious amounts of blood. So I'm just yeah.
Now, Duncan Pronovicius would find a way to incorporate that into his work. You should like some sort of splatter type. No.
Yeah, maybe not.
What maybe without. Oh, Daniel, looking good. That is clearly who you intended it to be. I can totally tell it.
I'll show you the template I'm using when we finish.
Okay.
Oh, there's a template. Huh?
Oh, yeah, all your heads are going to look the same. Actually, look, if I erase the hair, it could be Nick May.
Yeah, baby.
Whoa.
Or if I grew some.
Well, I tell you what, I reckon you could grow up before I could erase. That's for sure. Oh, who else? Now who am I going to do?
What about you, Mr. May? Does a Australian comic spring to mind when I say Australian comics?
Yeah, zombie basketballer. But in this instance, I read some work by, I think, one of Alex Major's old workmates, Renee Fitzner, who put out a series called Mythic Creature Trainer.
Nice.
It's about dragon trainers and orcs and dwarves and all sorts of adventure stuff. He's got a beautiful style. Love his stories, sort of all ages stuff. But yeah, really good and highly recommended. So Mythic Creature Trainer, if you can track Renee down.
Yeah, right. I've seen the name.
I've read the first one. Yeah, it was good.
All right.
Mr. Sullivan, does something come to mind that you've read somewhat recently in Australian comics?
Last one is probably Rosie, actually. Ryan.
Oh, Ryan's half of Rosie.
Ryan's third of Rosie, probably. Yeah. So that's your work, right, Rob?
Well, yeah. Ring Around the Rosie, written and created by myself and Lee Chalker, and the. Well, I mean, how do you explain it? It's first. It's in 3 chapters essentially, and the first chapter is penciled by Lee and inked by Ryan, and then chapter 2 is penciled by Ben and inked by Ryan. I think that's right. And then chapter 3. Son of a B! I knew it was one of them. And then third chapter is penciled by Ryan and inked by Ben.
I don't know if that. Yeah, it probably doesn't count as not out, I suppose. But there's probably some more Dark Nebula actually. The last thing I read.
Yeah,
cool.
Doing some research.
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. What about you, Mr. Chalker? Read anything you enjoyed?
I have been reading an awful lot of Australian comics in the last probably 2 months. There's a lot of good ones. The one that really stood out to me, I agree with Shane, was Death Ship Jenny. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Just a good all-round read and story. It was excellent work. But no, man, the amount that I've read of the last couple of months has probably been more than, man, I've read in a couple of years. So it's a shout out to everyone out there that's creating and, pumping out work, man. Yeah.
Awesome. Accepted correct answer. What about you, Dave? Read anything you've enjoyed?
I mentioned on a show or two ago Martin Gammon's latest book. Comic. I just can't remember the title of it. It was put out by Reverie. But close at hand, I've got this little gem by Ed Kearsley.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's a nice little zine-ish, as Ed knocks up. So that's what I'd recommend at the moment.
Awesome. Daniel, anything you've read or recommend or whatnot of Australian variety?
Scaring the devil out of me. I picked up a whole pile of stuff at the recent Super. Well, not really supposed to say the name, are we? I picked up a whole pile of stuff at the recent convention that was here, and I've been slowly going through that. But one of the better things I picked up that I've been reading, funnily enough, was Fart Puppies.
Oh, nice. The Bow
I mean,
Brothers.
it's quite funny and just quite simple and direct and to the point. That and of course Detective Budgie. I mean, I've finally gotten through that because it was a phone book that I was handed with every budgie in the world's phone number in there. I got through that. That was quite good. Picked up some of the Dave Dye stuff, but the cat made a mess on that, as the cat does. Sees his name, it just it can't help himself. I changed the litter, but the cat took it in there. He was going to read it, but he didn't. No, I've been flicking through a few things. Today, I was actually flicking through that for some insane reason.
Ah, right.
Matt Kymie's Demon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Demon.
I don't know why I was, but I did. I went and got that out of the thing while I was promoting the Comic Book Day all over the socials of the world, and in the process making a whole pile of people feel sad because I was getting all these messages saying, "Oh, I remember Platinum Grit, and I remember Cyber Swine, and I remember all those things. My girlfriend burnt them back in the 90s." Yeah, well, hey, guess what? That's worth hundreds now. Well done.
Ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend, yeah. And there's Sizzle.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That looks
Complete
like
with his
Sizzle.
quote at the top.
Is
A
that
3-year-old can draw
Yeah,
better.
sorry, I just boosted that up myself.
No, that's cool. We're all in Drawing Town tonight.
Yeah, so that's about as good as I can do because he wouldn't sit still long enough. So yeah, notice how
Sizzle.
Sizzle has the exact
Sizzle never
same
looks so
head
good.
shape. He has the exact same head shape as what Challoner does.
Ah,
Oh,
conspiracy.
Is there a plate you're tracing or something like that?
Oh, you. Would I do that? Would I trace a plate? Of course not. I'm tracing my drinks coaster. My drinks coaster is everyone's head.
What's going on down the bottom?
Yeah, that's a odd shaped. Are you drinking out of jugs?
Who, me or only me and Challoner knows what I drink out of.
That's why everyone's got a beard, because it covers up that big divot in the bottom of the
Yeah,
coaster.
see, everyone's got this big hole in their head. It's a perfect head shape.
Called a mouth.
Everyone should get a drink coaster and drink their liquor from an old fruit jar. And you can draw anyone's head. Except, of course, Lee Chalker's, because his head's shaped like an egg.
You know, that's not the first time I've heard that, Daniel.
I would not be surprised.
That's why I've got a beard, mate, to, like, you know, throw off the massive chin I've got underneath me that keeps my head on my shoulders.
Just as
When I
long as
met
it's not
my
a chip
first
on your
wife-
shoulder, mate.
No
When I met my
potatoes.
first wife, I had a beard, and then I shaved it off, and she said, "You've got a head like a walnut." It really crushed me. A wall. But she still married me and had kids with me, even with my walnut head. So what does that tell you?
She likes walnuts, does she?
Walnuts, yeah. Must have loved walnuts.
Better than a
Yeah.
cashew, I guess, mate.
Well, better than a chewed cashew.
It's exactly
Yes.
right.
That's how I see his head.
Well, I've got an audience answer to your question, Rob.
Yeah, please. Aussie Comic that stayed in my mind is unavailable commercially as yet. Jan S's PhD work comic book deals with his feelings about suicide of his son. Emotionally devastating, but shows comics can do any subject matter. Hopefully, he'll self-publish next year.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Jan Scherpenhausen or something. I think there would be Scherpenhausen.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds very interesting.
Well, it's
Nice
something
to
I
hear
was telling.
I was just going to say, nice of Christopher to drop in and watch us tonight.
Yeah.
Join
I
you, mate.
was saying to a few people today that the best part of, and I think I've said it to you guys as well, the best part of Australian comics is the diversity that's there, and how people can write and draw not just the traditional American fare of, Spider-Man beating up whatever, but can actually draw highly personal moments from their lives and get it out there, and nobody judges them on it. Nobody sort of laughs at it. I'm gonna have to try and find that one.
We've got an example of Sluggish close to that, haven't we?
Slug? I could draw a slug.
Rob Lyle,
Might get yourself
Rob
a gig.
Lyle Sluggish has evoked a few comments similar to that.
Yeah, right. Never heard of it.
Walnut.
I don't hear anything.
All right, weird question.
Yes,
What?
fucking hear me. Oh, sorry.
Oh, Ryan.
I can't hear
while we've got-
anything. Yes.
What?
Oh, you can't hear us.
Like a granny.
Sounds like it's cracking out.
Say
Sounds
something,
like-
right?
First word, forehead, hair,
His head's on fire.
Sounds like
firestorm,
Nose picking.
nostril.
All right. How about we talk about? Is it spoilers to talk about what we're drawing and why we're drawing it? Is that a thing, or are people wanting to save their things till the end?
Well, you can see what I'm doing.
All right.
No.
Let's play the Dave game. Wait, let's get our music back cracking.
I know that, Dave.
Oh. Yeah, looks familiar.
Talk to me, Dave. Who we got?
It's Burt Reynolds.
Rick McLean. He's not an Aussie, he's a Yank, but he's out of an Aussie comic.
Excellent.
Where is Rick McLean based exactly? Is there a part of the Old West it's based in?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's anywhere west of the Paycott, mate.
Is that got a postcode?
Yeah.
When I've written Rick McLean, I put him in fake towns because I'm so scared of inaccuracies, historical inaccuracies, that I'm just like, he's in Dirt Town, USA. Quick, what are you? Sorry, Sis, what are you scribbling away?
I'm scribbling. I am cheating. So if we want to go with, they're not technically my characters, but I'm drawing all the characters that aren't mine from ComX Studio.
All
of them,
right? Yeah.
Well, all the main ones from each story, like a character from each story.
We're talking Battle for Bustle characters, Bin Kitty.
We're talking Foes, Battle for Bustle, Bin Kitty, and a secret one.
Secret.
Oh,
are we going to secret? But I just thought it'd be fun to say that.
Announce here on the show that you have just signed the Jackaroo to ComX Studio.
Nice hat, Gary.
I was just going to throw that in as one of the lists for a bit of fun there, but you just did something.
Well, I'm drawing on the show, hence why I'm. But if you,
Whoa. Here we go.
Whoa, wacko, mate.
Wow.
What's that? Kung Fu.
well,
Wow.
it's
Rollerblade.
inspired by the chats last night. I've got some roller skates back cracking,
Yeah.
and then I realized he's a black and white character, and I'm almost done. I was like, time to color him in, and then I'm like, oh, he's in a black and white comic. For those who don't know, it's Roller Cop 2000.
Ah,
Now in Nick May's hands.
fantastic. Yeah, that's
Available
Right.
for $1 billion.
limited
Little.
number of copies
That's
available.
cheap for a Nick May creation, mate.
It is, especially for one as unfinished as that. Yeah, baby.
Gary, do you want to give us a clue as to what you might be drawing tonight?
I'm going very simple indeed.
You're not drawing me again, are you?
I'm a little bit of a simple dark nebula.
Oh, no.
So yeah, it's going to work on that while we chat and see how far we get by the end of the night.
Is that the cover for the next comic coming up, mate?
No. Just a bit of fun. Just a bit of fun. Seeing as how everyone's got their Kickstarter messages this afternoon about the Southern Squadron and Dark Nebula.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I thought it was appropriate to do some Dark Nebula stuff.
Makes sense.
You guys have reminded me that I actually created a character when I was in grade 6.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
drawing him now. I haven't drawn him since 1978.
Captain Australia.
I drew
No.
I did
It was better than Captain Australia. It was a one joke, and it was the Slug.
Oh, right.
Wow. I'm getting sued.
And I'll tell you what, that's exactly how he looked in 78. And the joke was people would walk around and he would just slither in and go, check out me Slug. And that was it.
So the Slug would slither in and say, check out my Slug.
Check out me Slug, yeah. That was his joke. I was 11 years old. What do you expect? I mean, I know that at the age of 11, Gary had created, the Jackaroo and all these other characters, and Lee Chalker already had the first 26 issues of Bustle written, drawn. And, the rest of you all had all your stuff going. Ryan Vella was already exhibiting in the Louvre. But I was there busily hammering away during maths class drawing the Slug. And I used to get in trouble for drawing the Slug. I like the Slug. It was a good character. You just reminded me of the Slug. No, he doesn't say check it. He says, check out me Slug.
Check.
But yeah, that's a good drawing of the Slug.
Wow.
Me.
Check out me Slug.
Me.
Check out me Slug.
Men. Oh, check out men. Men Slug. No, he doesn't say check out men Slug.
Yeah, it's like when I go to parties, I say, check out my Rob. I don't know. What? He's saying, check out myself.
Don't rob me the wrong
God,
way.
I went all the way through the 80s and I could have. Oh, God. I could have drawn that all the way through the 80s and gone to parties and go, I haven't got my Slug.
Yes.
And I would have done far worse than what I did.
More trouble.
Yeah. But seriously, I mean, the Slug, that's pretty much it. That's the only joke. I can only embellish on him now. And he just used to come in with a big smile on his face, and he was the Slug.
Check out me Slug.
Check out me Slug. Yeah.
Check out me Slug. That should be on a t-shirt.
There should be a comma after me. Check out me, Slug.
No, he's not saying check out me. I'm Slug.
We know what he's saying.
Check out me Slug.
We know what he's saying.
Explain it.
No, don't.
Keep it
Don't
explain
explain
it and keep it PG. I dare you.
He's a boy Slug.
Oh.
And
now that's a
pretty
Slug I can get behind.
Yeah.
That'll get you banned on Discord.
Yeah, it will. I can sense a band coming up here as well once I explain what Slug is. He was a boy Slug, and he was just saying, have a look at my sluggy bits, as opposed to being a girl Slug.
Here we go.
Yeah. Explain like I'm 5. Yeah, I could, but I just won't. Oh God, you know what I mean. It's like when Gary walks into a room and says, check out me Slug. You know,
I haven't done that.
Gary.
But I remember, I just remember the Slug. I haven't drawn him since 1978. So how many years is that? 40 something. God. And he looks exactly the same as what I did when I was 11.
Hasn't aged a day.
He hasn't. In fact, he probably looks a little bit younger. Because I think 11-year-old me could draw rings around me now. 44 years down the track, Slug is sort of not moved, which is good. It's like Spider-Man's costume. The Slug will always be the same. You can alter it and change it, but it's always going to come back to...
Do something. Change the subject. Do something. What the hell are you doing?
Slug.
My joke, when I was 11, my joke was far superior to check out my Slug. My joke that I made up was... what did one farmer say to the other farmer?
Let's get the flock out of here.
G'day, farmer.
How's your farm?
That's not what we used to say.
That's right.
Well, how's the audience count going? Says must be dropping off.
Just to interrupt, I would like to say thank you to Dushan Silva. He just took up the offer for the 3 free comics.
Oh, good on you, Dushan. Good on you, mate.
Do we dare say what he purchased, just to like give people a hint of something that's available, and maybe
1, 2, and 3.
I don't know if we should go there. I don't know.
All right. You got
probably Roller Cop.
It was the Devil's Toilet.
Yeah,
Roller Cop and Minty Frisket. All of those hard to find, not for sale things.
Yes.
Sizzle is remaining mysterious.
Mysterious. I like it.
Wow.
That was pretty quick.
It's because you weren't telling us your I can't remember. You weren't going to tell us something before.
Oh yeah, the other character. Yep. I will when I show the drawing. Yeah.
Well, so what do we got? I was expecting a train wreck, and now what we actually have is a train that's just like like chugging along.
Just rolling to a stop.
Yeah.
Into a volcano.
Yeah. So what I like to do in moments like this is
I got one. Let's check in on someone else. Let's see how Mr. Ben Sullivan's going.
Yeah. I'm having a bit of trouble. I started with Southern Squadron, then went to something else, and I'm now with this. I don't know if you recognise what this might be soon.
I think I do, but I dare not.
Old Man Biscuit.
No.
Yes, man.
Is it Old Man Biscuit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, nice. I got him sitting next to me.
Oh.
I got a few here, but yeah, I got that with me. So
amazing.
I'm trying a few things. This is what I'm landing with.
Remind me, Rob, who's Old Man Biscuit's based on?
Old Man Biscuit is somewhat loosely based on our very own Dave Dye. When I say he looks very much like him and talks quite similar to Dave. And
go easy on the wrinkles there, Ben.
Oh yeah, I'll be kind, Dave. Don't worry.
I'm actually disappointed Dave Dye doesn't appear in more comic books, to be honest.
Yeah, it's actually that's one of the things about the Australian comic book industry that needs to change. Me and Quick flying the flag of more Dave Dye in comics.
That's right.
You know what just happened? I was doing the barrel on this gun, on this revolver, and you made me laugh, and now it's bent. You bent
But it won't hurt anyone.
Bent me pistol. Look, the top line.
PG, come on, PG, keep it clean.
Dave, you could have him firing off a bullet, and he says, "Check out my slug."
Yeah.
How dare you?
Nick May, can you give us what are you little tease of what you're? Oh, hello.
I
I
was also thinking about something black and white, and the art in this book, with Jason and Bo's stuff in it, is a little bit beyond me. So I'm going black and white. I'm going, dare I say, hairbutt. But yeah, that's what we can expect from me tonight. I hope.
Hairbutt.
Now, you like to sketch a few sort of variations before you settle on it. Can we maybe see a prior sort of attempt?
Yeah, just talk quietly amongst yourselves.
Well, I want to know what's the theory behind the 6 different sort of sketches? Are you not liking what you've done and so you start again, or are you mucking around till you find what you vibe with?
Yeah, a little bit of everything, trying to find something that interests me. You know, I've got something in my head and I'm maybe not 100% sure what it is. And so I'll do a lot of variations. And with the iPad,
That's a hippo?
It's Nick Butt the Hippo.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, so with the iPad, I can just sort of draw stuff pretty quickly without having to do pencils. So this is something like what it will look like, but
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bloody good,
That's
mate.
cool, man.
Hey.
Yeah.
Where's his what sort of shoes he got on?
He's got bare feet.
Nick May broke the mold last night. He's over Converse shoes. Last night was his declaration of shoe independence.
Now he's into like the punkish barefoot thing that gets him banned off, you know, like the interwebs and stuff for bare feet.
Is that a thing, but wearing bare feet? Is that a thing now? Is it?
That's right, Dave. It is. You get the, I mean, didn't you get the email, mate?
at the supernova the other day, there was a Sheila walking along in bare feet. I couldn't believe it. What are you doing with bare feet? Is she into
Was she
something?
showing
That's
ankle?
the question. She just poor.
Let's hope not.
Lee, what are you mucking around with tonight? Give us a little taste of what you're working on.
I'm the last. I decided I'd do the last Australian comic book I read, which was Bin Kitty. So I did maybe 12 months ago on a drink and draw a picture of Bin Kitty, and I've always wanted to ink it. So I've started to ink it. So I guess that's what it was, and we'll eventually
All right.
to it, I guess.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, so I'm inking that. Also, just a little shout out to Duncan, because getting into King's Comics with Shane and ComX the other day was a good effort. So,
yeah, that was pretty cool.
thumbs up to you, bud. And I owed him this drawing, so now seem to be the, all the stars and everything aligned. So right now is the time. So
yeah, good on you, Duncan.
Very good.
Excellent.
And it is a good comic. I read that. That's another one that I could have mentioned.
It's barefoot lead chalker.
Oddly enough, Mick, I'll tell you, I only wear shoes to work, man. The rest of the time I am barefoot or in thongs. So
I'm with you, Lee.
Yeah, I don't like shoes. I mean, realistically, I think you only need them for running, and fuck that, I ain't doing any of that anytime soon. So I'm just sticking with thongs.
What about pants?
Pants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also optional.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
do
do
you wear pants? Are you wearing them now?
Yeah, I am.
Can you prove it?
Prove it. All right.
No, don't.
There you go. Here's my pants.
Oh,
what sort of pants are they?
What sort of pants are they? They're very comfortable pants, mate. So
There's a lot going on there. What is?
Yeah,
what
there
are
is.
What's
You know,
about?
my pants
a
are a
sarong, mate.
representation of the inner workings of me, mate. There's a lot going on, all right, Daniel. So it's,
That's a
I'm
sarong.
getting it out, man. So I
Yeah.
decided to, put it into my pants, mate. My pants selections.
Those pants look like someone's just grabbed a whole pile of old rags and sewn them together.
Oh, it's a distinct possibility, mate. The shop I bought it from. So it may have come from somewhere where, there's no telephones or reception. I'm not sure. Possibly no running water
Okay.
either.
Yeah, I keep
But they're
forgetting
very
that banjos are the main
So
thing.
whoever makes them does an excellent job.
Very well done.
Hmm.
Pants.
I'm
not wearing them.
Do you guys know a little bit of trivia for you that's going to lead into a bit of a question? Do you guys know where the wild things are?
Yes.
Maurice Center.
And did you know it was supposed to be about horses, but the illustrator couldn't draw horses, so it went for monsters. Which leads to the question. Let's go around the room. What is something? Actually, we spoke just before the show. I spoke with Ryan Vella, who's dropped out. He and I both hate drawing hands. And we talked about Mr. Ben Sullivan, who likes drawing hands.
I love it.
It is.
So, quick, give us something that you like drawing and something that you hate drawing.
I start all my pictures with the eyes. That's just where I start because I think that's the best part. I love drawing a thick brow. I love drawing brows. That's what I'm all about.
Wait, look, check. I thought I'll do something
Yeah,
else.
see, he knows.
That's the guy with the brows.
That's right.
Couple of these.
Oh god.
And I don't like drawing hands, which is one of the small reasons Budgie has no hands. So
right.
yeah.
Smart.
A lot of my characters will have their arms behind their back because they look cooler like that, or they'll wear a big jacket or something and put them in their pocket.
Character just winging it.
Yeah.
So you're the Rob Layfield of Australian art, and instead of feet, it's hands.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'll take it.
Daniel, you should be careful because I saw this week that Rob Liefeld is a friend of yours on Facebook. So much so he comments on your posts on Facebook.
Yes, he does.
Here you are on a live stream dropping the Rob Liefeld disses.
Oh, look, it's nothing he hasn't heard 100 times, or actually even more than that. Believe you me. The funny thing is, he can actually draw feet. He just chooses not to.
Mr. Challenger. Sorry. Go, Dan.
No, go on. So they made fun of it out of the Deadpool movie, anyways. It's just a running joke.
It's well,
you can't draw feet. Yeah, we've all walked there.
Awesome. Gaz, you got something you like to draw and something you hate to draw?
No, not really. It's all a pain in the ass. Yeah, I suppose big establishing cityscape shots and stuff like that. Yeah. But if I'm writing my own stuff, I tend to make it easy on myself and write what I want to draw instead of the demands of a writer coming in from the outside. But I just like drawing natural style figures as well, I suppose. But the complex stuff, like I've done a couple of really difficult things in the past. The Proud Heart stuff, which was set back in Trojan times, that was a thing doing ancient armor and horses and scenery and landscapes with ancient cities and things like that. And it's very satisfying when it turns out okay, but getting there was a bit of a slog, but satisfying in the end. So that's always interesting to approach. But figures is and action and movement is always fun to do as well.
Yeah, right. Nick May, of course, you love backgrounds. We know that.
So the two things that I obviously hate drawing are backgrounds and stories that make sense. So I like to edit out the backgrounds and then think about a narrative. What are the key parts of the narrative? Remove them and leave everything up to the audience. Which in many cases is just me. So I know what I've cut out.
Hey, Rob, I got you back. Here you go.
Look at that guy. No.
He's a fun dude to draw.
Ben, what's so we know you love to draw hands. What's something you hate to draw?
Hate? Fire.
Yeah, good.
Fire. Has anyone tried it?
Yeah, I've done a heap of it.
What do you do?
Yeah, how do you do, Dave? How do you do fire?
I do a heap of S's, basically. I think, like a bit like this, and you using S's. So you're watching. Oh, where am I? Here.
I don't know about you guys at home, but that made it no clear for us. You use an S.
Then I come a bit higher and do another S like that. Underneath.
Oh yeah.
This curly sort of stuff, and then you've got these little licking shapes like that. That's how I do it.
The bit I trip up with fire is it's basically meant to be created out of pure light, and so a black outline kind of seems weird to me when drawing it.
Yeah, it's all lighting, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's
if you
good though, Dave. I'll take that on.
Yeah,
Kirby Crackle, I suppose, as well.
Now, do you guys want to have an argument quickly about that profiles and 3/4 shots?
All right.
Ben, you're of the thought that you can't do a complete side-on shot that works in comics. Is that right?
well, it never happened. What do you think, Dave? Is it? I just think it's
happens, mate.
unnatural.
It happens
Hang on,
all
I'll
the
just try
time. It happens all the time.
No, it doesn't. I swear. There's always something. It's either pushing one way or another. I don't know.
Oh man, I'd say out of
there.
1,000,
If we can see.
there's one. Gary's got one there. Ben.
Where?
Oh, he's done it.
Oh yes, nice.
Hmm.
All right. I can't keep this. I can't keep this. That's excellent. Very nice. Yeah,
Ben, I must admit, you buckled quicker than I thought.
well, secretly, I still don't actually.
Yeah.
It's not a secret.
No, I think Gary, you've got me there.
You're just being polite, are you, Ben, and agreeing with it? I think if you restrict yourself from using them, I think you're restricting yourself at a lot of opportunities of storytelling. So I think
that's a good point. That's
I
true.
wouldn't shut them out completely.
No, of course.
Mm. I like the doing those 3/4 away profiles. You know, you from the back of the head, and you sort of just catch a little bit of nostril, and the sort of the profile of the forehead coming down the indent of the eye.
That's it. Yeah,
that's always a good look. They're easy to draw, those ones, so I like doing that when that's that sort of profile.
Out of the club, trying to catch a little bit of nostril.
Get that up, Sis.
Yes, Gary.
Yeah, there it is. That's
exactly
the one.
it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Gary. Good on you. What's wrong with these bloody operators? Bring that up, Sis. What are you doing?
Yeah, we're drawing today.
I'm getting art.
Oh, you're drawing?
No, I'm downloading a picture for the stream.
All right.
Lee,
what's
what's something you like to draw and something that you don't like to draw?
Well, I don't like to draw anything that I don't want to, and and I like to. I don't know, man. I give anything a go, really. But I suppose that's the luxury. I suppose that's why I do a science fiction story, because it's you can just do things as I guess you can hide a few of your artistic inadequacies, like through things that you create. And on the side, try and get better at the things you're not good at. So, I don't know. Over time, I guess it just tickles your fancy, whatever. I do get to pages, and I think, oh, no, I've got to draw this 3/4 side-on profile, like that only shows, like the side of a nose and stuff, I can get to those points. I find those very difficult. Gary's was awesome. I don't know, man. Just whatever on the day, I suppose. So,
do you ever curse your writer self when you get to a page where you, as the writer, have written something that you, as then the illustrator, is just like, son of a bee, why do I have to draw that?
Yeah, look, I'll be honest with you, I do. But then at the same time, it's pretty easy just to, tell the writer to bugger off and, like take up the pencil and become that person and just, make it a bit easier. But sometimes you fall a double-edged sword, man. You make it a bit harder for yourself too. And, you're getting carried away, and then you sort of go back and you go, oh, God, like, what do it's cool drawing, but where am I putting word bubbles and, what am I doing, So, so I don't know, man. It's the whole process, hey, It's good. It's fun.
What about you, Dave? Something you like, something you dislike to draw?
What do I dislike? I like drawing. Well, I'll tell you what's a challenge. Challenges, machinery and stuff like that are challenges for me.
Yeah.
Like the end of guns, Dave?
What's that?
Like the end of your gun,
yeah. Not especially when I'm laughing. machinery is always hard, and coming up with believable backgrounds and scenery sometimes it really stretches me, makes me, when I'm doing it from my head, and you've got to search for I'm too lazy to look for reference photos or something, and I'm just trying to come up with it out of my head. That's when it's a real challenge, and makes me bugger. I'll have to go searching. Yeah, and then finding the right reference that'll fit what you want. That's another thing that annoys me, is finding that particular machine or that particular part of a machine drawn at the angle that you want it. So that's when you just got to come up with it yourself. And things I like to draw. Well, I don't know. I think I like to draw most anything really. What's the most thing I like to draw?
I know you don't like drawing like a SpongeBob and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, those simple things are. But yeah, I like drawing figures. I think mostly figure drawing and stuff like that.
Yeah. Daniel, is there something comparative in writing? Do you like you tend to write non-fiction,
Yes.
right? So
yes, but I have actually done the odd comic book, and I've done a fair.
It was not all right.
Done a fair bit of touching up on people's scripts and stuff. I don't like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't like writing superhero stuff, believe it or not, because it's quite dull and boring, and it's unrealistic. I prefer to write stuff that's realistic. And a good example was an American once wanted me to touch up the script he was doing for a zombie story. And in his story, he had a whole town turning into zombies, and this man and woman would fight off hundreds of them and run away to safety. And I ended up rewriting his script with a whole pile of Australian swear words and slang in there, which he didn't understand. He thought it was acceptable until he got to the end. And he said, "Why did you kill them off?" And I said, "Because there's no way no one of these idiots could actually outfight and outrun a town. Forget about it. They're dead." So I lost that gig quite quickly. Because I said, one of the worst things I'd ever read. It looked like pathetic. So yeah, the superhero stuff. I've often been asked to, do you want to write a script for my character, the amazing Peanut Man or whatever? And I go, look, I'll read a bit about it. Just go, no, I can't think of anything. I really can't. My brain's dead, and it's just forget about it, because it's not grounded in reality. And it's why I write non-fiction a lot, is because I like to ground myself in reality. Fiction is it's a world I left behind years ago. And when I say years ago, I mean we're talking like nearly 40 years ago. I left behind fiction and started focusing strictly on non-fiction. I can write fiction, I just choose not to.
Yeah,
and
Dan, I don't
superheroes.
want to do your job for you, but obviously Peanut Man would arrive on the crime scene, take out the villain, and then turn around and realize the damsel in distress saving for you, obviously is going into anaphylactic shock, and she passes away, and then of course he's on the run for the murder, and it becomes a, Anyway, sorry, you were saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that's our first train off the tracks moment. I derailed it.
Sorry. No, it's look. I'm always envious of people that can sit there and pump out script after script after story after story after story of superhero stuff, because I just can't do it. It really is strange. Peanut Man, until he came out of his shell. Yeah. Peanut Man was really good until he got squashed and he made himself a bit of a paste. butted himself. I mean, I'm
help him out, Gary.
I'm jealous of people like Gary that can pull stories out of their back passage and just whack it onto a piece of paper. I can't do that. I can pull a non-fiction story and I can turn it into a script for you, no problems, and come up. That's why I'm looking for my Emu Wars one. I can turn, and here's where it comes into it. My fiction story of Emu Wars is based upon a non-fiction event. It's just a different reading of it. So I can do it like that. So my fictional stories are generally something that's grounded upon something in history. And then I'll just take a look at it, which is why I can't do superheroes. There's nothing grounded in history for them. Amazing Peanut Man. Now that's my character, by the way. Same as the Slug. So if anyone thinks of getting Peanut Man or the Slug going, you just have to approach me first. And look, I did the Slug in Flames there for you. Just to show James how you draw flames. Mate. That's the Slug in Flames.
There you go, Ben.
Horror Slug. Yeah.
Slug
That's
in
how
hell.
you draw flames. Yeah. Peanut Man. Everyone
Nothing to him.
Well, Daniel. So obviously this exists, but preceding that, of course, is from Antoinette Ryder and Steve Carter, Slugman.
I had this like in 1978.
If you look here on page 36,
bring it on. Bring it on.
Now he says it's hard to read here, of course, but he says, "Check out my slug," just as he. I don't want to call bullcrap on your, but
no, mine was done in 1978, and he says, "Check out me slug." Check out my slug, not me. Check out.
Well, Antoinette Ryder beat you to print, and I'm way more litigious than she is. So, brace yourself. Lawsuits incoming.
Aunt can sue me. She's not going to get much out of me except a couple of really bad drawings because that's all I've got.
And does Peanut Man have ear nuts?
Check out me nuts.
Peanut Man really good nuts. Yeah. He has walnuts, mate.
Walnuts.
He's all nuts. Oh, well, there goes the slug. I can't do the slug now. Oh, great. All right. Well, I'm back to square one, aren't I? There goes all my childhood dreams. You've just crushed them, and you've crushed the child me. Are you happy now? Please, I'll never draw again.
Say it ain't so, Daniel.
I'm gonna go cry now.
We could use the ratings. Do it on camera if you don't mind.
Oh, you bastards. Oh, that's it. There goes, crush nuts. There goes the slug out the window.
Oh. You can always revert back to the walnut, mate. They say the best stories are autobiographical, so just. What would you be, Daniel, if you could write a character about yourself? Let's say you go with Walnut. What would you be? What would Walnut be? Like a wrestler, a detective, a fireman? Like, what would you think?
Walnut would. Oh God. Walnut would be. Walnut. What would the walnut be?
A contemplative walnut from the scheme of things.
Walnut would be. Actually, it's funny. I'm thinking about this. I do have a really good story that's just popped into my head, but I'm sure someone else has done it. So
Rob's
Walnut would be. Yeah, Rob's done it.
If not,
Rob and Antoinette's done it. Walnut would be an assassin. And he'd go around looking at people who can't draw guns properly and makes them all bendy. He'd show them. It'd be the last thing they'd say. He'd say, beware the nuts of the walnut.
I'm locking my window tonight, my doors tonight.
Hey, the walnut don't need to come through windows. Yeah, I don't know. I've never thought about what a character the walnut would be. Give me a couple of years and I'll think of something.
Now, does he carry an EpiPen with him just in case, like an innocent person has an allergic reaction, or like a spoon to keep someone's airway open? These are things you
Perfect.
need
The
to think
walnut.
about in the world.
The walnut would be a walking anaphylactic shock. There you go. He would walk around and say to people, "Are you allergic to nuts?" And they'd go, "Yeah." They go, "Come here," and kiss them and make them explode. And why would he do that? Because he's a bastard.
Because he can.
He's nuts.
Because he can. Nothing better to do. People go, "Walnut, why are you doing that?" And he'd go, "Why not? Did you know the person?" And I'd go, "Well, no." And he'd go, "Well, what do you care?" And if they say yes, he'd go, "Well, you probably didn't like him anyway, so who gives a rat's?" And Walnut would go to his next thing. And he'd have an offside at Garrington. And Garrington would be pointing people out and going, "I don't like that person, Walnut. You go get them." Walnut would go up and go, "Are you allergic to nuts?" Bang. So it'd actually all be Garrington's fault, not Walnut's.
So does the walnut roll? Is it giant, normal size walnut? Like if it's normal size and rolls, it could sneak up on people. But is it a giant size older walnut? Is it dressed in a suit?
The walnut. The walnut would have legs and obviously have arms because he obviously has to have something to grab people with, and he'd have very sensuous lips.
Sensuous lips.
And people, all sensuous lips, and people would go, "Check out his walnuts." So yeah, he'd have no hair, obviously.
Does he have ears, Daniel? Does he have ears?
Well, have you ever seen ears on a walnut? It looks silly. So no, he wouldn't have.
How else would he wear glasses?
Oh, that's good. Because
and he'd change every now and then from having like a little goatee beard to not having a goatee, just for fun of it, and just to make himself look. That way, people never really know who the walnut is when he approaches.
Oh,
maybe a bad toupee.
Yeah.
The fact that he's the
A
only
toupee, no,
walking walnut might give it away.
No, because people are used to seeing walking walnuts. The walnut would not have a toupee because that's just like too William Shatner. No rug on the walnut. No.
Oh, is this in a world where there are lots of walnuts walking around?
Well, it's not. There's only one walnut in there. Why would you have multiple walnuts? It sort of.
Well, you said it's not unusual to see walnuts.
No, it's not unusual to see walnuts, but there's only one walnut.
I'm just saying. Look, if you want me to publish the book, you're going to have to solidify your because you're all over the shop.
Well, see, the walnut is in a world. The walnut is in a world of peanuts and cashew nuts and macadamias and stuff, and of course he hates macadamias because macadamias think they're better than everyone else.
Yes.
And yeah, Garrington is a little. Yeah, Mr. Peanut. Have you ever seen Mr. Peanut? That's what Garrington is, Mr. Peanut. And he just follows along and says, "Get him, get that one." And the walnut goes up and knocks over another macadamia. And that's it. And then he puts them in a sack and he calls it his. Well, I think you know what he calls it.
It's the dialogue that really sells it for me. Like when he's like, "Get him, get him over there." That's the sort of stuff.
And then Garrington hits people and he says, "Take that."
Yeah.
Great dialogue. I mean,
When's
it
it printing,
itself, really.
Daniel?
Sorry.
How can
When's
we
it
get
printing?
Yeah, and Daniel, you're saying you lost that gig on making that guy's script better, did you? It's weird.
Yeah, don't know why.
It's like for the last time, stop putting walnuts in my superhero story.
It's funny because that was the first time I actually inserted Sergeant Frank Banner into a zombie story, and the guy didn't get it. The older heads amongst us, like Nick and Gary and Dave Dye, who's about 106, they'd know who Sergeant Frank Banner is. So yeah, I inserted Frank Banner into a zombie story, and I've always wanted to get my zombie story with Frank Banner fighting zombies in Esque. Well, I could put walnuts in it now. Mr. Walnut. Yeah, the Walnut Man.
This thing writes itself.
Yeah, it does write itself.
Hopefully.
I'll open the bidding. Who wants to bid? Bidding starts at 20 grand for Mr. Walnut.
Hey, Stiz, should we take a look at some awesome artwork that's come in? I've seen a few.
Yeah. I was wondering when you were going to ask.
Yeah.
Our first one came in from Danny Nolan.
Danny.
Oh, wacko.
Who's
Can
going
you
to
go
do
down and up, Stiz?
Sorry?
Can you just go
Oh, you
down and
can't
up?
see it?
Can't see it, sorry. Ah, there we go.
Captain Good Vibes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, in the second panel.
Lovely.
Thanks. That's great, Danny. I want to see more drawing from
got
Danny.
Yeah.
Yes. Opening the
Great.
W.
Cool. Next one was from Dan May. Guess the characters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
Hey.
he's got
that's
the
what-
style.
wow.
Hasn't
Sputnik Thunderguts from Vamoose.
So
Gee,
Dan
Dan.
is coming to stay with me over Christmas, Rob. So I'm pretty sure that's when Vamoose 4 is going to be done.
Yeah.
Does Dan know that?
He does now. Thanks, Dan. Best brother.
Oh, yeah. Keep
Oh, no.
crawling. Very good,
What else we
Dan.
got?
Then we got Michelle. See if you recognize these ones.
Oh, nice.
Oh, pink gloves.
Oh,
Hey. Nice choices.
Yeah,
Lana
Luca,
Luca and
Lana
Lee from
Luca.
Nathan Tales. Great work,
Yeah.
Michelle.
Good on you, Michelle. That's a ripper.
Nice one.
Excellent.
Very nice.
Oh, cool.
Very good.
Sorry, I'm getting people suddenly sending me pictures now. The next
Oh,
one, I'll bring
very
up
nice.
twice.
Oh,
That's
nice.
Peter Wilson.
Ah,
Yeah, right.
good
Awesome.
on you, Pete.
Yeah, that's good.
That's great, Peter.
Very,
Lee,
very
who's that?
Thank you. That's Habiki Gecko.
Yeah.
Right from the pages
That's
of
my. That's yeah. Thank you,
Battle-
Alex.
Battle for
Awesome.
Bustle, yeah.
Very, very awesome.
yeah, just quietly, Lee. Spin off waiting to happen.
Oh, you never know, mate. As only if I can borrow Daniel's walnut character. Wow, that's
Everyone
excellent.
wants the
Thank
walnut.
you very much.
That is great.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Pete. Nice work.
We've got a nice regular to the show. Oh, hang on.
We're right for nuts.
Very clever, Nick.
Everyone loves the walnut.
We've got Davo 77 threw in two characters.
The Ding the Duck.
Oh, Mini Tom.
Ding the
Mini
duck.
Tom and Ding Duck. I'm not familiar with Ding
Ding
Duck,
Duck.
but
He's from Swamp. Gary Clark.
Yeah, lovely.
Excellent. Oh, that's really cool.
That's a ripper.
it is, isn't
Well
it?
done,
Someone
Dave.
mentioned
Fantastic. Fantastic, Tony.
Yeah, nice.
Been Ding Duck for ages.
Yeah. Very
Nice
nice.
one by Davo 77 there.
Yeah, nice work, Tony.
Then Travis Richardson.
Ooh.
All right.
Wow.
Travis has been sending in
Throwing in a
heaps of
few there.
Very good, Travis.
Can you double click it, Sizzle?
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Dana's
Hey.
Billy Bones.
This is a South Australian special, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Shaden. It is a South Australian special.
Mm.
And good old Nick, Quick Nick's Budgie, Detective Budgie. Fantastic.
Thanks,
That's
Travis.
fantastic.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Happy ComX Day. We've taken the day and made it our own.
We have to.
Yeah, I saw that. I just, yeah. Thanks, Travis.
Go with
That's
it.
awesome, Travis.
I guess it is now. Travis is the boss, I
Hey.
guess. Nick
Yeah,
May himself. Thank you.
Ah,
very much.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well
but
done. Hair
That
butt.
is excellent.
Well done, Nick.
he's got shoes on.
Yeah.
He's got shoes on.
Allowed.
I didn't want him to step on any nuts, Dan.
Good move.
Nick, that's really, really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cheers.
I like your black gun. That's really cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pops.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. That the full moon there behind him, just placed perfectly.
Mm.
Thank you, Dave.
Nice. Big buttons.
Over to
What else we
Spency.
got? Hey.
Ah,
Yeah.
Spezzy. Who's
Yeah,
that
I'll roll
character?
Roller Cup.
Oh,
roll.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
Roller Cup 2000,
Yeah.
as seen in the pages of Roller Cup 2000.
Very
Brilliant,
good.
Rob.
Spezzy.
And
You're
Spency's
hired.
thrown in two.
It's unusual for an Australian comic to get the issue 2000.
Hey. That's my bird.
Ah, who's done that?
Girl.
That's me as well.
That's
He's,
Oh,
the-
he did that. Yeah.
he's a bit
Very
sudsy, the budgie, in this one. He looked
Yeah,
like he
what's
had
going on?
a he's got a bit of a sup, girl. Got my buzz going.
I'm feeling
Check
it.
out me slug.
Very good.
Very good, mate. Yeah, it is
Check out
good.
my little
checking.
budgie slug.
Emails. And next one, guess who?
Ooh.
Oh,
Wait,
Rob O'Connor.
yeah, excellent.
That's not
Yeah.
Robert. That's Killaroo, mate.
You're right. I was wrong.
Mate.
Fantastic.
I don't know if Killaroo started drawing, did he?
Looks like Rob.
Darren
And
Close.
then
Rob O'Connor.
we have one on theme with the night. We've got ourselves a Peanut Slug by Hugh McGowan.
There you go. There you go, Dan.
Yes. Check out me slug. Check out me slug. Check out me nut.
Excellent.
What's he carrying? Is that a
Wow.
peanut on a stick? What's going on?
I think it
Peanut
is
slug.
actually.
Roasted marshmallows, roasted nuts.
Yeah. Is it like a
Oh,
cow mark,
See what he says. No, he doesn't
cow
say.
marking thing? What do you call that?
Oh, he's got a
Branding.
He's got a peanut.
A branding peanut or an 8?
Yeah. It's a branding peanut. So there you go. Mr. Walnut would go around branding peanuts with a peanut brand.
It could be a peanut hammer.
You want
If
some
he be so worthy.
You could look at him and say, "You look very husky."
Could he?
He
could,
could, but he
anything.
wouldn't.
And
Would Discord allow that?
oh, who knows? Who knows what it will allow?
This can be edited out later, can't it?
I think who knows? It's all done. It's dusted.
Well, then
Let's
it's
move on, shall we? I
go on
finished
and
my
grab
picture.
Ben.
Oh, we're
Oh.
going to Ben first. Okay.
All right. Sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to draw fire now.
Oh,
Ah,
Don't know if it's
That's
working.
amazing.
yeah,
What's
that
the
was
gap?
great.
What?
I mean,
That's exactly.
Ben, you've just done a variant cover for Moose 4.
Ah, right. Great.
Oh, that's fantastic, mate.
Ink it and have it on my desk by Monday, and I'll give you a shot, kid. That's bloody awesome, man. Thank you so much. It looks really cool.
Yeah, good on you, Rob. Yeah.
That's exactly how Dave Dye looked last week at the convention.
Yeah, buy me comic or I'll cut you up.
Oh, is it do you justice, Dave?
And what are you drawing on, Ben? What's that? What's the big
It's
brown
really- Oh,
sheet thing?
oh, that's my drawing board, actually. That
Okay.
is actually what I draw on every day.
And the brown
Not much.
sheet is what, to protect the board?
Oh, for the ink, like brushing off the ink. But oh, and yeah, I guess that as well to keep oil off the paper. But yeah, that's my drawing board.
Yeah, right. Awesome.
Bloody
That does the
you
job.
cheap bastard.
Yeah.
Boy,
steal
have a
my
look at
pencils.
this, mate. Look at this. Solid wood.
Oh,
Yeah, but you got that from a Penthouse magazine in the mid '80s, Dave. Come on, man.
Solid wood from a Penthouse magazine.
Solid wood.
Oh no!
Come on,
What's the picture and all that sort of jog? That you told that story once. You love that desk.
That's right.
True.
thanks, Peter.
Oh yeah. Wrote away to the remember on the back of the post, Gary and Daniel and Nick, you might remember on the back of the post magazine that used to come out every week. The Post, remember? Australasian
Post. Never heard of it.
Email.
On the back, they always
Never read it.
Had an ad. Do
Just
an
got it for the
illustration
picture.
course. Do you want to be an illustrator? All right, I'm making it up.
One of my
What else
close
did you
friends
make it up?
actually won Super Dong of the Month in one of those magazines. He was strapped for cash, and yeah, well, whatever. All right, there we go.
Thanks for sharing.
There's that little speaking of nut. Liz, what about we unveil? Can we have a look at what you've been working on?
Yep, I'll start with what I started with.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, you got them all there.
Up and down,
No
Sid.
slugs
For some
there.
reason I'm- Oh, there we go.
And I had to try
Good work,
inking.
Liz.
So
Oh, the lady is
Oh,
is that Stuart Black's character?
no.
this?
Who's
Who's
There's
the
a new comic that's coming out. Her
Really?
name is Anvil Liza. I got to check how to pronounce that. So yeah,
Not Liza Ray.
no. Anvil, her name is.
Oh, okay.
and that's coming out through
We're
ComX
through
Studio.
Comic Studio.
Who-
Hopefully early next year.
Who are we? Who's the creator behind it?
Max. I forget his last name.
Max.
Thanks,
Right
Max.
in,
Power.
You watching,
Let us
Max?
know your name.
Write
Awesome.
in your name.
Yeah.
Max Power.
All right. Well, where are we at? What about you, Mr. Challoner? Do you want to show us a little something?
A little,
Oh, sorry, someone else pressed the button.
Sorry, yeah, that was me. My bad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
love that shadow.
It's one of those
Nice.
Power Rangers.
Oh, nice
Dark
hat.
Nebula.
Thanks, man.
Dark Nebula, mate.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
Yeah, fantastic. Very nice.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Hey.
Put me on the bottom row.
Well, where are we at, Sis? What's the go? What are we doing?
Here's
We're
mine. Mine.
Nice, Dave.
Let's check on the Chalkman.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, forgot about me.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Oh, there you go.
Just thinking.
Aha.
Well,
Nice.
Very good.
mate. You just started inking, did you?
Yes, Dave, at the start of the show, mate.
I saw that head ink, but it looks like you started on the knee, have you?
Yes, I've started on the leg. Yes,
Right. So
Yeah.
is that I was correct?
you were, sir. I,
Thank you, mate.
I'm very random with my inking, Dave. It's
Oh, I see. Yep.
yeah, I don't start at one like particular spot. I just work around it.
No, good, mate. Great.
Good call, Kerry.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Keep going, guys. This is the kind of banter that people tune in for.
Pay money for. Yeah.
Hey, that's
you go.
nice.
Yeah.
Man, the
Nice.
gun's bent. That's no good.
Dave, what's with the random flames up in the top corner?
yeah.
All right. I'll get around to putting the house on fire up the back. Out the back.
Yeah.
Why's the gun all
You know
bent?
what?
What's that about?
Yeah, that's why he's the second fastest gun on the west, because he's got a bent gun.
It's
'Cause
because
he's
it's bent. That's why he's the second fastest, because it's bent. He can't pull it out of his holster quick enough.
Yeah. He ain't no Mr. Walnut. Walnut man.
Yeah, the
And if you want to buy that piece from Dave, get in touch, and you might just go for the right price.
Yeah, someone's watched the show before.
Good on you, Gary. Thanks, mate.
I've got 50 cents here, doing nothing.
Yeah, you're overpriced.
No, there we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The hats and the hats.
Top row.
The hats and the hats not.
The hats and the hats not. Yeah.
Nice.
Covers the
Feel a
ball.
little bit underdressed, Nick, I have to say.
Yeah, correct. And I don't have a drawing board to focus on.
We're not a cult or anything. Perfectly normal. All right. Well, I don't know. Sis, is that our show? I mean, of course, Ben Franklin was inducted into a Hall of Fame. And so a quick roundtable. What Hall of Fame was Ben Franklin inducted into? Quick, give us a go. What do you think? Hall of Fame. Ben Franklin. Skilled writer, politician, and scientist. What Hall of Fame is he in?
The Mount Rushmore.
Incorrect. Gary. Ben Franklin.
Comic Hall of Fame.
Incorrect. Daniel Best. Ben Franklin.
Scientific Hall of Fame.
Incorrect.
Scientific Hall of Fame.
Ben Sullivan.
So saying the electricity. Not something. Benjamin's.
Incorrect. Lee, what Hall of Fame is Benjamin Franklin in?
Badminton.
Whoa, nice. Yes. Incorrect. Dave, what do you got? Skilled writer, politician, and scientist. What Hall of Fame is he in?
He's on Mount Rushmore, isn't he?
No, he's not. Presidency, you idiot.
Well, that's Teddy Roosevelt.
All right, Nick, mate, bring us home. What you got?
Look, did you know that Franklin belongs to 14 different halls of fame, including the CIA Hall of Fame, the International Swimming Hall of Fame, the Pennsylvania Swimming Hall of Fame, Healthcare Hall of Fame, Boston Latin School Hall of Fame, Electrostatics Hall of Fame, the American Mensa Hall of Fame, the World Chess Hall of Fame, and the list goes on.
Oh, wow.
I'm a big fan.
Just as we rehearsed. Because, of course, Ben Franklin, famous for his Bug and Stump comic back in the day. That's just to tie it all back together. Well, that's been our show. I don't know what's going on. The train had to go off the track at some point, and here we are.
Hey, we've only been going for an hour and a half. Sorry.
Hour and a half, yeah.
That's pretty standard length there, Dave. We can keep chatting, Dave. What do you got?
Yeah, well, don't forget to tick like, subscribe, and what's the other one?
The bell.
For that weekend deal, where you get 3 comics for 3 sales, you get 6 for 3 sales, you get 3 for 7 plus 6. This weekend only.
Not complicated at all. No, thanks.
And if you insert the code word Peanut Man, you get nothing.
You'll be assassinated.
Yes, by Walnut Man.
And then branded.
Get it? By Walnut Man.
By Benjamin Franklin.
Veggie.
No, take us home, Dave. It's all yours. Oh, son of a, come on.
Put your hat back on.
Well, that's been our show. So thank you so much for tuning in on this special day of days. You, of course, can take advantage of the special going on at ComX.shop right this second and purchase some Australian comics. Or you can go to Own an Indie or ownindie.com and grab yourself some Australian comics there. Or comic shops around the country are doing some special things this weekend, including Alternate Worlds in Bayswater tomorrow is doing a local creator day, which I and Peter Lane will be at. I think Scar will also be there. But yeah, check out places like All Star and Secret Headquarters and other places for their awesome Australian comic sections. Other than that, we will be back next Friday with another scintillating episode. What do we got, Sis? Can you remember what we're drawing?
It's Dark Crystal.
That's right. Dark Crystal!
Yes.
A movie that terrified me as a kid, so I can't wait to get into that. Until
nice.
then, that's been our show, and of course, our sign-off from Quick that we like.
Happy ComX Day.
Not quite, but thanks.
All right, thanks so much. We'll catch you next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Oh, nice one, Dave.
Oh, Dave nailed it.
Someone should call the police. The show has been murdered. But in 1 week we will rebuild it. Better, stronger, faster. In the meantime, head to ComX.shop and powder your chestnuts on a copy of Detective Budgie by Nick Cleary, Amazing Tales by Dave Dye, Vamoose by Nick May, Battle for Bustle by Lee Chalker, Radical by Ed Kearsley, Sluggish by Spedsy, Crimson and Rascal by Peter Wilson, ComX Presents featuring so many of the creators that have appeared on this show. And so much more. Alright sis, press the button.